Welcome back, Pedocamo Podcast family, to another episode. We are going to do our mid-year review. Freak out tag. This is going to be long because there are two of us. I'm sure we have multiple answers. We didn't even discuss our answers to these questions. So go ahead and grab you a snack and a drink, a pen and paper so you can write down the books in case you want to read them. And we'll be back in a little bit. So first, we're just going to start with what we've done so far. So if you don't know, the mid-year freakout tag is basically just reviewing the books we've read from January up until the end of June. And we go over our stats, some of our favorites, disappointments, things of that nature. So first thing, how many books have you read so far this year, Elizabeth?
So far this year, I've read 34 books.
34?
Yeah, I know. I was surprised. I thought I was behind because I haven't really. Yeah, but 34. Yep.
I'm at 41 books for the year.
You had a good month this month.
I did. June was a really good month for me. Yeah. So let's go over your stats for the year, Liz.
Okay. All right. So I have 34 books. And average time to finish 1 month. Thank you, Crescent City, for that.
Me too.
Ugh. Stupid. That and what was the other book I had sitting that I had to... No, it was Crescent City that I had to finish. Yeah, that. My biggest mood was funny. Thank God.
Wait, how many pages did you read?
Oh, yeah. Oh, 11,613.
Mm.
I know.
Mm.
Average time to finish 1 month. My biggest mood was funny, and then adventurous and emotional and dark. They're all the same. That's a nice mix.
Okay.
Covers all bases.
Right.
Okay. My pace was 69%. Wait. 69% medium.
Yeah, go on, get your glasses.
I was trying not to.
I don't know why you be fighting it.
I know. And they're all like 69% medium and 31% fast.
Okay.
And then most of my books were between 300 and 499 pages.
That's not bad.
I only have 3% nonfiction. Thanks, Mel Robbins, for that.
Mm-hmm.
The rest is fiction. My genre, my top genre is romance. Second is fantasy. That explains why I'm like paused on the romance. If you look back, I mean, I don't know. Romance? Anyway, that's weird, right? Maybe because of the beginning of the year. Anyways, romance, fantasy, and then contemporary, and then mystery, and then thriller. I think this is going to change by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Format, I know it's a little off because I just saw one of my books. So it's 18% print, 32% digital, 50% audio. The audio and digital are wrong. The audio will be a little bit less, digital will be a little bit higher once I fix that. Most read authors is T. Kingfisher, Robin Peterman, which that's the Good to the Last Death series. I love that series. Allie Hazelwood and Annie Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Languages, English.
Right.
I do want to read a Spanish book just to like.
Can you read Spanish?
Yeah.
I just, like for me, I can chat patois, but for me to read it, I'll be, okay. Like I have to read it real slow.
Yeah, no, me, yeah. Let's see. Star ratings. My average rating is 4.15. It would have been a little higher, but I had a low rating book this month. My lowest ever. And those are my stats, guys.
Mhm. Mhm, mhm. So for me, all right, 41 books, 18,082 pages. It took me an average of a month to finish.
Mm.
My biggest high slice is emotional, followed by adventurous and then dark. 62% medium for the pace, 30% fast, 8% slow, 56% between 300 and 499 pages, 500%, 500%, 24% for 500 plus.
We're on a roll today.
Right. 20% for under 300 pages. My books say all fiction. That's a lie because I read a book that was nonfiction, but it's fine. Um, my format, no, my biggest genre was romance. I'm in my romance bag. Second is fantasy. Third is contemporary. My biggest format is digital, which is 54%. I have 15% audio. I'm so proud
I'm
of
proud of
myself.
you. I looked at I'm like, girl, we need to work on
50%
this.
and 32% print.
No, that Collette, we should compare our stats from last year and this year.
Yeah,
When at the end of the year.
yeah. My most read author is Granger because that's
You tore up that series.
Pierce Brown, Sarah J. Maas, and then Antoinette Sherrill. And then all my books are in English because why not? And then my average rating is 3.9 stars. So there we have it.
That is good. That is good.
Yeah. So we're going to start with how many 5-star books have you read so far this year?
5. I have read 5 5-star books this year. You,
Me
Collette?
too.
High five.
Yeah.
High five for our top 5. 5 stars.
Me too. All right. So I wrote down all of my answers because,
Me too, me too, me too.
All right. Let's go.
Best books I've read so far this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to start off strong with Let Them by Mel Robbins. Amazing. Mm-hmm. Amazing. My next one is The Perfect Find by Tia Williams. All the emotions, the way that she was able to write those emotions into that book and you were able to feel them, top tier. Next is The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins.
Really?
I will recommend this to anybody's like, oh, I just want a book that makes you think. And then I also have No One Is Watching.
You totally have kids because this little thing that you're doing,
yeah,
that's what kids do.
Yeah, and I've been hanging tough with them lately since Alana came in from college. So, my other book is No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. I did not think that book was gonna captivate me the way that it did.
Yeah.
So that.
Wow.
And then Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones.
Aww.
Yep.
Well, for me, my top 3 so far: Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I'm very much upset with myself for not having read this book like sooner because I love the movie. Yep. I love the series. I have multiple. You can't even see it. It's not even a frame. It's fine. I can show you. I have a special edition for this one. I have another one behind me. I have multiple editions of this book. Finally read it. Well, listen to it because I ain't read it. But A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. Listen.
I gotta read it. I have it.
I have established that Tia Williams might just be one of my favorite authors. I've never read a book from her that I didn't give 5 stars. That's saying a lot. And then Red Rising.
Yeah. When she was reading that book, she did not shut up about it. Yeah.
My husband is reading it now. I'm so excited because I was like, oh my God, are you reading something I recommended?
I love that.
All right, next question. The best sequel so far this year.
I had to give that one to Scythe and Sparrow by Brynne Weaver. And really, it's the only, other than the Good to the Last Death series, it's the only, so I loved it. Rose is my biznatch. I love her.
Okay.
Good book.
I have
But
two.
that I didn't have much, so.
I have The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Winter, which is the sequel to The Rage of Dragons, and then Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, which is the sequel to Red Rising, the second book. So honestly, both of those are the second books in the series, and they are top tier.
Yeah.
Next question. New releases you haven't read but want to.
Oh, I got a few. You?
Yeah, I have 3.
Oh. 3. Okay. So I have The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillick.
Mm-hmm.
She over there, I think. And then Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. The Perfect Divorce by Geneva Rose. I just read the first book and I need to read the second one. King of Ashes by S.A. Crosby.
That's actually on mine, so same.
Enchantra by Kaylee Smith.
That's on mine too, so same.
Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Those are my books.
Well, we already know for me Enchantra and King of Ashes, just like you said. And then I also have Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli. That's the second book. That's sitting there looking at me. I'm like, I'm going to get to you, girl. Relax.
Read me. Read me.
Next question. Most anticipated releases for the second half of the year. Go ahead, Liz.
Okay. I have Mate, which is the second book in the Bride series by Ali Hazelwood, and that comes out on October 7th, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
My next book is Taurus Season by Brynn Weaver. It's a new series that she's starting, and that comes out on September 23rd, 2025. Next is Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. This comes out August 19th, 2025. Next is Brimstone, which is the second book in the Quicksilver series by Callie Hart. That comes out November 18th, 2025. And then I have The Bewitching by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. That comes out July 15th, 2025. Those are mine.
Mm-hmm. Mine is An Ocean Apart by Jill 2. That comes out on October 14th. She wrote The Dividing Sky.
Is that the sequel or it's a standalone?
Standalone. I really enjoyed her writing, so I'm excited to read her next book that comes out in October. The next one I have is You've Got a Place Here Too by Ebony Liddell. That comes out on August 12th. The next one is The Magician of Tiger Castle by Louis Sakar. Comes out August 5th. He's the guy that wrote Holes.
I like the name of that title. Like, I don't even know what it's about, but it would be something that piques my interest.
Yeah. The Strength of the Few by James Islington. Can't wait. That is the sequel to The Will of the Many. That comes out November 11th. And then, of course, I put Blood at the Root, but it's not Blood at the Root. It's Crossroads. Bones at the Crossroads, something like that, by Ladarian Williams. That comes out July 29th. Next one, biggest disappointment.
Oh, wait, it's back on this page. Hold on.
Do you have any? Because I only have 2.
I have 4.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get into it.
Okay. We're going to start off with 2 that it's just real quick. First of all, number 1, Crescent City 3. Only because I had to finish it and finally finished it a year and some months later. Biggest disappointment. And I don't blame the author as much. I think I just anticipated
it in my mind.
Much. Yeah. And then Onyx Storm. I know that it's like a third book thing that happens. Still a disappointment. And then My Dark Desire.
Really?
I thought I was gonna like it more than I did. I really did. I really thought I was gonna like Zach more than Romeo. No, Romeo is it. I think Ollie's my dude, but I have not read the third book, so that's also a disappointment for me because it's not about Ollie. I want Ollie. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
final book,
Mm-hmm.
lowest rating of the year, Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell. This book was so hyped up in my psychological thrillers book group on Facebook. I've seen people post about, and I'm like, okay, disappointment.
Aw.
The writing was good though, but
Yeah.
it just got me so mad. The end just did it for me. Anyways, what about yours, Collette? That made me a little.
So for me, I only have two. The first one is The Heat of the Moment by Brianne Deney. I really expected more. I liked her stories. You know, I told you, I think it was last year, I had read From the Hood with Love.
Yes.
And I ate those books up. And I was telling you all about it as I was reading it. I was like, okay, let's read some other stuff. And I was like, no, no. And it turned into Kevin Hart. No, just no. And then Spiral by Bal Cabra. Everyone, I saw a lot of people talk about this book, and I don't know. I wanted more. I wanted more. That's all I can say. I didn't get that. So there's that. Next question. Biggest surprise this year.
Yes, finally, some chippering up after that biggest disappointment. Okay. I have three.
Me too.
The first one, it's because this was the first book I read by this author and it started my love for this author. And it's Brioni and Roses by T. Kingfisher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. It was like a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. It did not, the way it ended, I really, really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Really. My next one, I told you some of these books are going to be repetitive because,
Yeah.
but Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. Loved the magic, the romance, the
I'm
banter.
crazy about that book. I have it on
So
my
cute.
TBR.
So cute. I want to get a collector's edition of it so bad. I really, 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 really love this
You
book.
know, Fairy Loot just did a collector's edition, but like in December.
Really?
But neither one of us had read it, so I was just like,
Yeah. Yeah. I would have never been like, if you ever see, I wouldn't have
yeah.
thought that. And then my last book is The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. Yeah.
I'm gonna read it because the way you and Carrie talk about it is like
it's one of those books, when you read a book and it could be 2 months later and you think about it and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
That's how that book, all three of these books. So
okay.
Yours?
For me, the biggest surprise was Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I honestly didn't think I was gonna enjoy it that much.
That was a surprise for me too, and I'm not even the one that read it. The way that you were like, Liz.
Yeah.
And it was an audio book. So
yeah.
I knew when you were like, because she called me and she was like, I understand what you mean now. That you like look for things to do to be able to listen
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, a good audiobook will have your house looking like it belongs on the cover of Good Homes.
Just spick and span.
Yes.
The next one was The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Winter, which is the second book of The Rage of Dragons. I honestly didn't think he was going to, most people go into their sophomore slump with the next book.
Yeah.
That book was better. It was better than the first book.
I love when they do that.
Even that's another book that I got my husband to read. So Mike was reading it, and then he finished the second book. He was like, "So, baby, where's the third book?" I was like, "It's not out yet." He was like, "Why would you give me this?"
Oh, I know he was mad at you. How are you gonna have him start?
He was hooked. He's doing. I'll link his page below. He's doing like artwork about. I showed you like the swords and all of the stuff. Like,
so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So it's pretty dope. And then the final one, the biggest surprise. The Dividing Sky by Jill 2. I did not expect to like it that much. Like when she told me about it at the festival, the book festival we went to, I just thought, I was like, oh, that's something I would read. But I ate that book up. I ate it up. I thought it was fantastic. Love it. I recommend everybody to read it. Next question. Who is your favorite new author? This is either a debut author or new to you.
Okay. This was a hard one.
Mm-hmm. Can I guess?
I have two that I was going back and forth on. Go ahead.
T. Kingfisher.
You know
And if
what?
it's not T. Kingfisher, it's Annie Taylor, because you said you were going back and forth on two.
Those were the two, and it was Kingfisher.
I noted.
Whatever, Collette. So you might know me a little bit.
Clearly not, because every time we did the book of the month, I was like, well, damn, I don't know Liz at all. What is she reading? My favorite new author is Pierce Brown. I'm going to read the other books in the Red Rising series. So the first three is a trilogy, and he completed that. And then he has another set of trilogy that's like 10 years later after the ending of that book. And now he's coming out with another trilogy in the same universe. So, all right, Pierce Brown, you're going to get all my money. It's fine. Number 8, your newest fictional crush. Can I start with mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have one. Go ahead, Liz.
What? I cross-redded.
Who's it? Shut up, Liz.
He is point. Melissa, help me out. Help me out.
Cross-threading is, in my mind, he's a, what do you call him? All-American? That's how I pictured him.
No.
That's how I pictured him in my head.
I pictured him as a mix between like Dorian.
Hell no.
And yes. Yes.
My man, no. Change it.
Yes, he's like Dorian mixed with yeah. I mean, out of all the books, I had to pick one. I didn't know I couldn't.
Dorian, I don't support that, boo. I love you. She tripping. I stand by that.
Listen, he just, I don't know. I liked him.
Did he have black hair?
I think so, if I remember correctly.
So, you guys, the next book fair we go to, we're going to make Liz a shirt that says, if I remember correctly.
It's not just books that I forget, y'all. I forget everything.
All right, so the next one, newest favorite character.
Howl from Howl's Moving Castle.
Really?
He cracked me up. He cracked me
we
up.
do love a witty character.
He's so funny and so out there and so like everywhere. I enjoyed his character so much.
For me, it was Big Dog Ken. That's Kennedy from the Antoinette Cheryl universe. You know, she's the one that does the hair.
Mm-hmm.
The one
that really helped her get the shop.
Yeah. I really liked her. Reading about her, because, you know, her and Relic are supposed to be forming a romance. Reading about her.
She got to be tough to be with Relic.
Yes. And that's why I loved her, because she didn't just let him do whatever. And I really respected that.
Yes.
I really respected that.
Okay, fine. I might read it. No,
you got to go back, though. You got to go back and read the first 3 books.
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
I'm just really staying away from emotion right now. I'm not even reading romance. Colette's like, oh, this book. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no. It's on my TBR. I get there next year. Next question. A book that made you cry. My God. Go ahead, Liz.
Okay. Guys, I'm a crier, so most of the books made me cry, but the one that made me cry the most, that's the one I'll go with, is The Perfect Find by Tia Williams.
The ending?
Throughout the book, yes, especially the ending.
Yeah.
Especially the ending. I don't understand how people can say that they didn't like. Yes, I can.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
I can see other people.
Yeah.
Do I agree with it? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the ending.
I think it was a hard.
That's the only one you put down?
I mean, I would put down a lot of books, but no, yeah. I cry over everything.
Well, I did 3. A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams.
See, God.
The ending got me. I'm like, girl, you know how to draw some tears. You know how to do it. The next one is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. That was heartbreaking.
Oh God, you made me emotional when you were telling me about the book.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking, but it was such a good book. And then Fast by Millie Belazar. That one was actually set in Orlando. I read it earlier this year.
We
I
both
loved
read
it.
an Orlando book. Just so you guys know, Blood Oranges by J.M. Cannon is also set in Orlando. They did a really good job too.
Yes, yes, especially when you can identify the areas of like, oh, that is over there. I love that.
Yeah.
So those three books for me made me cry. Next one, books that made you happy.
Okay. The answer is no by Frederick
Oh,
Backman.
I thought you were saying.
No.
I was like, oh, nothing made you happy.
No, that's the name of the book.
I'm sorry. Continue.
By Frederick Backman. Good. The
Yo,
whole what?
Frederick Bachman has been all over.
I actually got this book off of Amazon First Reads, and it was a short
Really?
read. I think it was under 100 pages, and I really enjoyed it. It's the book I told you about
Yeah.
where he lives by himself and it's perfect. And yeah. So I'm intrigued to read more because I know
Yeah.
he just came out with one called The Friends.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if it's like a continuation of this or not. I haven't looked into it, but um I'm intrigued. Like I've seen him everywhere now. It's
Yeah.
like when you get a car, you never see a
Yep.
car
And you
until
see
you
it
have
everywhere.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at with him. Um the next one was the whole Good to the Last Death series. Every single book I just was like hee laughing. It felt really good. So those are my two.
Aw. I have two too. So again, this is going to be repetitive, you guys, because these are just the books that reached out to us the most.
Yeah.
A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. Fucking Tia Williams, lady. Your writing is stellar. I love that book. She knows how to write, she knows how to write a romance where you're just laughing and giggling and kicking your feet and all the feels. You get that with her. And then Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, because again,
That is your favorite.
the book was better because the books typically are better. But they did a really good job on the movie and the series. The only thing I didn't like that I love that they did in the movie was, have you seen the movie?
No.
Well, in the movie, my favorite scene is when he walks through the fog in the morning to come to her.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "My feelings for you have not changed," and I was like, "Walk through the fog for me, baby." That wasn't in the book. The way it happened when the aunt came, if you know, you know. When the aunt came and she tried to check her, and she had to check the aunt, and then he comes back later, and then they're happily ever after. But it's like that was a beautiful scene for them. What do you call it? What's it called? I can't remember the term, but when they have a creative something. But you know, when you basically just put your influence on it, on the way you would have been.
Oh.
But I can't remember the term right now. But I thought that was stellar. But yeah, those two books, top tier. Next question. Your most beautiful book you've bought or received so far this year?
So, Collette might have grabbed this one already.
Yep. Yep. It is gorge.
When we were at the Black Romance Festival and we walked by her, the book is what drew my attention to her table. Then we met her.
And she was really professional. She had the little banners and
yes,
like, the setup, all of it.
And she was so sweet.
Yes.
So sweet. So that is, but.
And you guys, this is the Dividing Sky. This is what I was telling you. This was a big surprise for me. I did not expect to like this book as much as I liked it. This was really good. But continue.
My next one is The Night and the Moth.
Ooh.
By Rachel Gillig. I am gonna get the Barnes and Noble one as well.
Are you?
Yes. Actually, I'll wait till I finish this
I
book
was
and
gonna say
see
you
if
don't
it's
know.
worthy. No, it probably will be. So this one is the Target one, and it has like the pink foil. It had. I know that not a lot of people are a fan of these.
Deckled edges.
I love them. I love them. And then inside it has the map in pink.
That's so pretty.
Let's see. And then
I love that. That is so pretty.
Liz, get your directions right. So yeah. Stonewater Kingdom. Those are my
So yeah.
books.
So as again, we just showed you the Dividing Sky, and then I also got this Saucy by Antoinette Sherrill. I thought this was so pretty. I really like the cover. Also, did you know she had like little novellas in between what happened between Treasure and Pierre and Disrespectfully Relic?
No.
So yeah, this is one of them. She has like 4. So I need to go get the other 3. Because they were saying stuff in the book. I'm like, who is you talking about? Who is that person? Apparently it's in the novellas. I was like, you good, girl. You gonna get my money. The next book, This Could Be Forever by Ebony Liddell. I thought this was super pretty.
That is pretty.
My next one, this is the second book in a series. I got it this year. I can't read it because it's the second book in the series, and I thought I bought the first book, but apparently not. And then the other 2 that I have are from Fairy Loot. I love this.
That is pretty. Oh my god, I like the edges.
Right. And then look at
the artwork is beautiful.
And then bam.
No, I like that cover better.
Do you?
Yeah.
And then look, it has a different, whatchamacallit? Oh, this way.
Oh.
So, but I like this cover.
Yeah.
Better. That's one. And then the second one, and the funny thing is I got this in like January or February, and this wasn't released until May. And I was like, I'm going to read it so I could be ahead of the game. Hell no. And then the second one, The Floating World by Axio. I thought
that is pretty. Yes.
Gorgeous. I love the pastels on this.
Yep. Even the inside's pretty.
Yeah. This is the inside.
And the gold foil. I love that.
And then the book cover.
Oh, that's so pretty.
So pretty.
Oh.
And then they have a different.
The original, the other one.
Yeah, the special edition one I like better. I started it and I put it down. Not because it's not good. I'm just not in the mood for a YA right now. So I was like, let me just.
Understandable. Chill. Understandable.
Next question is, what books do I need to read by the end of the year? Now, we all know we need to read all our books by the end of the year. However, there are 3 for me.
I read that question wrong. Because all the other questions were like, most beautiful book you've had, most beautiful, like what's your favorite? And then this one said, what book should I? So I thought it was books you had to read. But go ahead.
Well, for me, I have 3 books that I want to read this year. So The Strength of the Few by James Allenton, that doesn't come out until November. I need to read that before the year is out. The way the first book ended, I have to know. The next book I need to read by the end of the year, which is currently available on Kindle Unlimited if you have it, is Razor Bay Tears by S.A. Cosby. I need to know. I've heard about nothing but good things about that book, so I need to see what's going on. And then the next one is Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli because it's a duology, and I just want to finish it to see what's going to happen because I felt like the way it ended was like, are they going to be together or not? So I need to know. Those are my 3. Now that Liz had some time to think about it.
So I'm still going to give you your 3.
Okay.
But I have The Night and the Moth because you saw, and I just absolutely loved One Dark Window and 2 Twisted Crones. And then I want to do Allie Hazelwood's new book,
Mm.
Problematic Summer Romance, whenever I get back into that world.
Mhm.
And then Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins.
You know what? I do actually want to reread the whole Hunger Games series, and I
Me
have the
too.
whole set. So I was just going to start with the Ballad of the Songbirds, Mixed
Hmm.
Songbirds, and just in chronological order.
And for you, Collette,
We can do that because I have books that I want you to read. So go ahead.
but you didn't write them down. But you didn't write them down.
I have it in my head. Go ahead.
The Library at Mount Char,
I got that.
a T. Kingfisher book.
I have like 4 of those.
Okay, okay. And Howl's Moving Castle. You're welcome.
I have that on my KU actually. Legend Born. Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me write it down.
I also need you to read the Red Queen series because it sounds interesting, and I would like your feedback before I read it. Thanks.
Okay. I mean, I've read the first one.
Yeah.
I ate it up. Ate it up.
But I know that you'll give me reasonable. You know, I'm like, do I want to get it or not? So I need you to finish it and then let me know.
Okay.
But those are the 2 that I want you to read.
Okay.
And then the next question, is what's a book that was hard to rate? This is a question that I added. This is not typically what people put on their thing, but my next question is what's a book that was hard to rate or that you did not rate at all?
Will You Join Me by Precious Gibson.
Me too, girl. Cause what?
I have no idea how to rate that.
I didn't rate it at all.
Did I finish it quickly? Yeah. Ate it up. Not just because it was short, but because I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But the ending, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then Crescent City 3.
Really?
I struggled with that one because I loved Lydia's story.
Yes.
But then
everybody else was just
Bryce's shenanigans, the mermaid's shenanigans, the wolf boy's shenanigans. It was just
and then how she treated Azriel and Nesta pissed me off.
Oh my God, yes. I hope Nesta put we talked about this already, and neither one of us are gonna jump to read any of the coming books. Collette might not even.
Yeah, I'm done with her.
I said that I'll read it, just I'm not gonna rush to read it. I'm not gonna buy the book. It's not gonna be opening night. But if I hear that Nesta lets Bryce have it, I'm reading it for sure. Because I need to know. Yeah. I need someone to put Bryce in her place. I don't give a fuck if you're sorry. I don't care if you're a star-born princess.
Right.
Like, shut up. Oh, your daddy didn't like you? Okay, that's like 30% of the world. Okay. Calm down. Like, you're not special. Besides the star on your chest. You are special for that.
Yeah.
But like, Anyway, continue.
So like you said, yeah, Will You Join Me by Precious Gibson, that book, god dang, I didn't rate it. You know which book I wanted to add, and then I realized I read it last year, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway. Neo Soul. Because what was that? I don't know what that was. I had a hard time reading the book. Me and Liz had a whole dissection, and then we ended up doing a whole video on it. It was a lot. And then also, I just read Not in Love by Allie Hazelwood, and I had the hardest time reading that book.
It's hard because some of the books, like you enjoy them, but there's just something in your I actually had I still have not fully deepened by Allie Hazelwood. I think I have it right now at a 4-star, but I really did enjoy the book. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
I rated Not in Love at a 4-star, but I was like, there's something about it that was just, and she in the beginning she does tell you this is not my typical right.
And I think that's why it was easy for me to rate it a little bit, because she set the stage. Like,
yes,
you're not coming in for Olive and Adam. This is different.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that it was a hard thing for me. So I was like, I think I'm gonna go back to her backlog and get the other books because it just. I want the fluff.
Yeah.
That's what I'm coming to you for. Not to say you can't write what you want to write, but you know. And then the next question, again, this is my question. What's a book that once you sat with, you had to rate higher?
For me, it was Allie Not in Love.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't, again, I love Allie.
Yeah.
I love Allie. That one just, even with the warning, I was just like, because it's more emotionally charged than the other books. I don't even know if emotionally charged is the right word or the right phrase for that. Because don't get us wrong, the books are good. They're good.
Yeah.
It's just, but I had that one. I sat with the library at Mount Char for a bit.
I remember.
Yeah, I sat with that one for a bit because I loved it, but at the beginning I was a little bit confused, which from what I've seen other people say them as well.
Yeah.
But I did sit with that one for a little bit before I finally rated it.
For me, it was Red Rising. I read it and I was like, what? And I was like, yeah, no, yes. Like, I went back and forth on it a lot. Like,
yep.
But then after I went through that, I was like, okay, I need to read the second book and the third book and see what they talk about. Like, it's really good. I just think it was such a perfect encapsulation of humanity. Like, it's 700 years in the future and we still have not changed as people. We're still greedy. We still want more and want to have other people do the grunt work while we live off of them. I just thought it was a really great book.
Yeah.
Well, those are our answers for our mid-year freakout tag, y'all. Drop down your answers below to any of these questions. I'm going to have the chapters at the bottom, so you can skip around if you want to, whatever chapters you need. And you guys all follow us on Instagram and who else? TikTok, Facebook. I had to think of, leave me alone. As always, we appreciate you watching, you guys, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.